Hey guys, welcome back to this series. If you haven't watched the previous videos, make sure to check them out to get the full context for today. You find a playlist link in the description, and if you find this video useful, hit the subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one in the series. So, how do they find you? That's the next thing. I have these conversations with our clients and brokerage owners in general. I'm probably on about 5 or 6 breakthrough calls on a weekly basis. These are sales calls, right? And I talk to the brokerage owners, and most of them are dealing with the same problem. And that is that most of the agents don't know they exist. And secondly is they don't know they're looking to actually hire more agents, right? So where do they find, and I'm talking about agents, where can they find you right now? So if you don't have a way of them finding you, like if you're not really like on the job boards, the first one, for example, I'm going to show you is the job boards. Why job boards? Well, we probably been using job boards for about 2.5, 3 years. We onboarded over 200 agents from the job boards alone. We tried and we still work with LinkedIn for Jobs, Wise Hire to a degree, Monster, Career Builder. But for the most part, most of our ads are Indeed, right? And we love Indeed because it's first and foremost one of the largest, probably the largest job search website in the country. They allow you to post it for free, which is a cool thing. And we have clients that only do organic, we call them, or free job posts. And we also do a mixture of both, half organic, half paid. But we tested probably over 150 different job boards. We call them copies, right? In the last 2.5, 3 years. We spent over 60,000 or so doing so. And we have about 10 of them that really work the best in terms of, the offer, they're resonating with the agent. And I'm talking about licensing, because a lot of times with the job boards, you get a lot of like individuals that are not even in school, or you get a bunch of people that are in school. So they're not licensed real estate agents. That's one of the biggest knocks with job boards. And I'm not saying like, our copies are like 100%, right? They're not, right? You're still going to get bunch of people that are not in position right now to sell real estate, but we have these funnels that we set up for our clients where they actually like separate them into different buckets. So bucket 1, like licensed real estate agents. Bucket 2 are individuals that are currently in school. And then bucket 3 are people that want to get into the real estate school, and we send them to the online real estate school that they can connect with, and we get paid an affiliate fee, right? But with that marketing channel, if you will, on average, our clients bring in between 3 to 4, sometimes 5 agents every single month, right? Now, that's something that we have done as well. And what I love about it is the fact that first and foremost, like think about it, most of these agents that go on job boards, they pretty much already kind of made a decision that they're going to switch brokerages, right? They raise their hand, they submit their resume, or they will submit an inquiry because they have already made a decision for the most part. Bringing them on board, it's not really a long-term type of ordeal. Typically within 45 days, they're going to be joining your brokerage. It's also probably one of the best ways of building your pipeline, because not only you have licensed agents that are going to be joining you shortly, but you also have like individuals that are currently in school. So if you have the follow-up sequences, the automation set up in your CRM, they can be constantly getting emails and text messages from you, educating them on the benefits of joining your brokerage, how your agents are benefiting from your brokerage, inviting them to your classes or to your events, right? Just making sure that you're staying on top of mind with them. So when the time comes, when they got their real estate license, now they're super familiar with you, right? And then extra income from online real estate school. And I shared this with you guys a few minutes ago. The ones that are not in real estate school, the system will send them to the CE Shop. That's the company that we work with. And that's online real estate school. So when they signed up, we're getting, I believe, about 10% of the course fee. So about $40 or $50. So you can technically monetize this lead gen piece right here by having these people go and sign up for the online courses, right? Because you're getting paid about $40-$50 from each of them, right? So most of them are free posts. Like I said, our clients are blended about 50-50. And again, that's one of the vehicles of creating that omnipresence, right? I'm constantly talking about omnipresence, right? So that's one of the ways of really achieving that omnipresence for your brokerage. Now, there are also some cons, right? The things that not ideal when it comes to this particular marketing channel. So you're going to be attracting a lot of non-licensees, which again, I shared with you how we can possibly monetize them, right? You're also going to be attracting new agents. So if you're equipped to handle new agents, this is going to be a great way of you attracting these agents. Now we initially, when we started brokerage 4 years ago, a little bit over 4 years ago, we brought in a lot of new agents. But we also brought in a lot of new agents that were just like part-timers. They were not really committed. We had a hard time keeping a lot of them, right? So especially right now with the way that things are going, like if you're going to be bringing in new agents, from my experience doing this, you probably want to be focusing primarily on those new agents that are full-time and they're fully committed to this skill, right? You're also going to be attracting some struggling agents that are looking for help when it comes to leads or marketing or coaching, mentorship, accountability, right? And it can be time consuming. If you don't have the funnel set up, if you don't have the automation set up, the follow-up sequences are not there, that will take you some time because you have to go through all of these resumes, all of these applicants, and figure out which ones are licensed, the ones that you want to really reach out to. So that takes time. And again, Indeed may require an ad span. But like I said, we have clients that we post for at no cost to them. So that's Indeed, guys. That's job boards. The second one is, and I talked to you guys a few minutes ago about the social media piece of it. I love social media because like a lot of people, first and foremost on social media, have a lot of agents on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, right? But the two ones that we really focus on when it comes to our offers are on Facebook and Instagram. And the one that I shared with you guys is a lead magnet, called Make 100K in 100 days. Now, one caveat there, guys, we have clients that are in the markets where, it's a lower price point market. Let's say, the average price point is about $275 or $250, right? So technically, I guess you can make 100K in the next 100 days, but in most of the cases, we'll reduce that number to like 50K or even 40K, right? And you can change that. We can change that for you as well, right? So these are guides. These are challenges that we run, or there are courses that we do. Like we can figure out this for you, or we can help you. You can guys figure out it yourself what exactly you want to lead with. So on average, we get anywhere between 30 to 50 opt-ins per month. Now, out of those opt-ins, obviously you're going to have some people that would not answer their phone. Some people would not be interested in talking to us even after we had a conversation. But usually we get about 5 to 10 of them that would be interested in sitting down with us and talking about their business, right? And again, this is not a recruiting call, right? This is all about learning more about their business, what's working in their business, what's not working in their business, any constraints or any hurdles that they're experiencing, right? What their goals are all about, and then seeing if you'll be able to really kind of help them in really achieving those results, right? And we usually invite them to the office, but at times it's via Zoom. Sometimes it's even a coffee type of a date. But ultimately what we want to do is we want to lead with value. We want to show them that we can help them, right? Or at least share how we help our agents to grow their business. And typically, from my experience, you're going to have about 20 to 30% of them that will start asking questions about the brokerage, right? Tell me more about you guys. What do you guys offer? And what are your splits? Those type of questions, right? And at that moment, you can you can have that conversation with them, or just say, hey, you know what, these are great questions, but I value your time, and we're here really talking about your business. If you would like, we can set up another meeting where we can discuss this a little bit more in detail. Really completely up to you, right? So the Facebook piece of it and IG piece of it is great. What I like about it the most is the fact that the type of agents that you're, first and foremost, most of the opt-ins are going to be real estate agents versus Indeed. I think most of them are going to be individuals in school or not even in school, right? So as long as the algorithms work correctly, and we can show you exactly how we do it, so this way you're going to get them working correctly. You should be getting most of them as real estate agents, right? And you're also going to be able to see like what their struggles are, how long they have been in business, because they're going to fill out a form. About 30 to 40% of them will fill out a form as well, okay? But here are the pros. We're building your pipeline with the nurtures, okay? Not all of them are ready to make a change, but again, you're building a file pipeline, you're leading with higher value, you're helping them with their business, right? Most, if not real estate agents, we talked about that. Most of them, from our experience talking to them, most of them actually want to grow their business. They want to continue to grow their business, so they're stuck where they at right now, and they want to take their business to the next level, right? Most of them will answer their phone eventually. Not maybe today, not tomorrow, but a week from now, they will answer their phone. They will open their emails. 20% of them will meet for a private business strategy session. Out of those 20%, 30% of them will join the company. These are our numbers. Cost per opt-in ranges between 5 to 10. Like I said, in our market, we're at around $11, $12. We have some clients where they pay as little as $3 or $4 per opt-in, right? And then again, it also increases your omnipresence with the agent community. What I mean by that is the fact that we're really trying to achieve two things with social media, right? Ads. First and foremost, obviously the opt-ins, the leads that are coming in. And the second thing is, we want to continue to promote and continue to really build our brand. So the agents in your community see you constantly on social media in their feed, see what your agents are doing and their experiences with you. Now, some of the cons or negatives when it comes to social media in general is the fact that you got to have a, ad spend, right? So, and it can be also significant. I mean, we have clients that pay as much as $800, $900 to $1,000 a month, for the ads. And you also, the key thing is you got to have to be constantly monitoring, right? So for the most part, most of the, ads, whether they're on Facebook, Meta, or Google, if you keep those ads the way they are, they're going to continue to climb, like in prices, right, in fees. So you have to keep an eye on them and make sure you change certain things. You run different types of ads, to make sure that the costs are always kind of like on a stable side of the business. Now, so another con, if you will, cons is the fact that coming up with an offer that connects with the agent. It's another one that brokerage owners sometimes struggle with. Lack of systems like landing pages, funnels, automations, or follow-up sequences, and, tied to the offer's low value proposition, right? So they don't see the reason to check you out. They don't see the reason to tap on it or to click on it because it's not really compelling to them, right? So, and keep that in mind. Now, the third marketing channel that we use for attracting agents are in-person events. This is probably one of my favorite because we are leading with value. This is in person. Now, events can be classes, it can be workshops, it can be masterminds, it can be actual events like Real Estate Social or Happy Hour, right? But the goal is for us invite agents, whether they're in your brokerage, but this is more kind of geared towards the agents outside of your brokerage, right? The goal is to connect with them, meet with them, teach them something that they're going to actually be able to deploy in their business, right? And because of the fact that they are learning and you're sharing something that they can deploy in their business, the law of reciprocity kicks in. And so now, they can, be more, more inclined, more open with their guard down to have those conversations with you about your company and what you have to offer. So we have them on a monthly basis. Sometimes we have 2 of them per month. Depends on the attendance. We have some of the events where there's only 25 people. Some events that we do have 50, and we've done quarterly events where we have over 100 to 150 people at these events, right? We hire typically anywhere between 1 to 3 agents per month from these events. We try to keep these events expense neutral by leveraging our partnerships and our vendors. They usually most of the time will cover these events expenses. So this way we don't have to, come out of pocket. And obviously we give them the platform that they can share their solutions and their services, right? The pros is the fact that you are leading with higher value. You are teaching them, right? You are sharing something that they can learn and hopefully deploy in their business. Again, I can't stress this enough. Last 2-3 months with the SNAR settlement, I have a lot of agents that are unsettled. They are looking for information about buyer broker agreements. They're looking for information about getting more listings. They're definitely trying to get better at articulating their value to their clients, right, on the buyer side of things, right? And again, negotiating the commissions, right, for seller concessions. So all of those things, like we're doing these classes on a bi-weekly basis, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, buyer representation classes and listing classes. And we get a lot of traffic. We get a lot of agents that want to be part of these classes, okay? So the law of reciprocity kicks in, as I mentioned to you. We teach you actually part of our coaching program how to do a soft pitch in a way where it's not overbearing, where you don't appear like salesy or, like I've been at some of these events where, again, you kind of feel like, man, this is a pitch fest, right? They're trying to pitch me on the company. We teach you how to do it in a way where you're not really pitching them, but they know who you are and what you do and what your offer is, right? Ideally, you want to have some of your staff there. You want to have some of your raving agents there as well. It helps quite a bit. It's, again, a great opportunity to make connections, opportunity for top agents outside of your organizations to have a platform. We do quarterly events where we actually invite top producing agents from other brokerages to speak at our events and to share their best practices, what's working for them, right, in their business. So very important. We actually brought in few agents that way as well. So kind of keep that in mind. And again, this is just a continuation. We'll be talking about increasing that omnipresence where not only they're seeing you on the job boards, not only they're seeing you on social media, but they're also seeing you in a classroom or the event that you're holding. Now, some of the cons, again, I don't want to call them cons, but some of the things to keep in mind, right? Not everybody's comfortable in front of people, and I get it, but I think in order for us to continue to grow, we have to get outside of our comfort level, right, and do it. Keep in mind, we are leaders. Keep in mind, like if you're a brokerage owner or you're a team owner, most likely you've been in business for some time. Most likely you have started by selling real estate, and I'm sure you probably sold quite a bit of real estate. So there's a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience that you can share with the agent that is either new or up and coming or struggling, right? So that's important. Don't have those limiting beliefs. Don't have that self-doubt. And I know it's hard sometimes. And the reason I say this is because I have coaching sessions with some of my clients that are like, look, I just don't know what to talk about. I don't know what to add or bring to the table. There's a lot that we can bring to the table, right? If you really think about it. I was talking to a client yesterday, and she gets about 90% of her referrals, and she sells a lot of homes, anywhere between 35, 40 homes every single year. 90% of her business she gets from her referrals. 90% of that business coming from referrals. So you got to teach a class, I said, on how to really maximize, how to get the most out of your referral business, out of your past clients, out of your sphere. And she's like, I haven't really thought about that. I was like, absolutely, because a lot of agents out there that really want to know how to really maximize their sphere, how to generate more referrals, right? So again, we all have something to add, to the conversation or have a class and teach the agents, right? So another thing is, like, I see this quite a bit. Well, Alan, I've done an event before, but nobody shows up. Or I had 20 people that RSVP'd, only like 3 or 4 or 5 people show up, right? So some of it has to do with the lack of preparation and really marketing those events. We have clients that want to do an event or class next week, and we're like, literally, like, you just don't have enough time to really promote that. You need at least 3 weeks, ideally 3 to 4 weeks, to promote these events, right? On social media, through email, and possibly even reaching out to some of the agents that you know or you work with, right? So that's important. As far as the show up rate, we have the entire course on that, and how to really maximize and increase your show up rates, right? Some clients think, well, you know what? I don't have the money to spend on these events. Lack of financial capacity. I think there's that saying, where there's a will, there's a way. I think there are vendors out there, there are ancillary companies out there that if you really share with them what you're trying to do and share your vision and mission, and your commitment to this, I think they will chip in, right? But then again, give them the platform, right? And make sure that you are marketing their services afterwards, and make sure they have access to your agent roster, right? It's a two-way street, and you want to make sure that they feel like they're part of the family, part of the company, right? And also lack of space, that's another one. Well, I don't have a training room, or I don't have the office space, or don't have the office space at all. I get all of these things, but you can rent out an office space. You can rent out possibly a church or a community center or school or a movie theater. I mean, there's just so many different places that you can find that you can rent for a couple of hours for really not that much money. Like I said, when you get your vendor partners involved, like, most of your events are going to be like expense neutral. And like I said, most, if not all, of our events are expense neutral. Okay. Now, the fourth way of reaching out to the agents and creating that omnipresence and getting those inbound opportunities coming in is through text messaging, right? So targeted list, specific offers, mass SMS, but a lot of times it's more targeted than that. I can, let's say, for example, every week I have a list of about 10 or 15 agents that I want to reach out to in my market, and I would just text them. That's all I'm doing. Half of them will reply. Some of them will say, I'm not interested, but other ones are like, yeah, absolutely. I would like to hear more about what you guys have going on, this and that, right? But then again, when you are doing events, when you are doing running ads on social media, when you are running posts and ads on Indeed, right? And when they're also seeing your signs on the streets, that's the whole point of all of this, because you now created an omnipresence. So when you are texting them, they know who you are. At least they're familiar with you, right? So they're going to be much more inclined, much more responsive, right, in having a conversation with you, versus if they don't know anything about you, maybe they've seen you here and there. That's pretty much okay. So again, the pros is the fact that you can kind of mass SMS this. I don't really advise it. Just pick about 10 to 15 agents that you really want to connect with and just do it on a weekly basis. We hired some really good agents, solid agents from this. It's super inexpensive. In fact, it's free. It's my time. Again, continue to increase your omnipresence with the agents. The cons with that is it's cold outbound. So a lot of times these agents would not be interested, or again, because you are kind of almost planting seeds, they're on top of the funnel. The recruiting cycle takes months and months and months and months and months to develop. Okay. Requires you to be on alert. So if you're going to be texting 10 or 15 agents, 20 agents, and they're going to be replying back, you probably want to text them back. You may possibly and most likely you will piss off some agents. But hey, you know what? It is life, right? You're not going to make friends with every single one of them, right? And they're so easily offended with the text that maybe they're not the right fit for you guys in the first place, okay? And you got to come up with an offer, and we have several different ones that we can share with you that really get the engagement going. Now, the key thing to remember again is the fact that it's not about more value, it's higher value. I think a lot of times there's that disconnect, if you will. Well, if I offer so much, and what I mean by that, we have a tendency of sharing a lot, right? So for example, when I talk to my coaching clients, they're like, Alan, I just don't get this. Like, we had a half an hour conversation and I thought that they're going to be coming on board, and now like I cannot even reach it. Like, they're ghosting me. And I said, all right, just kind of walk me through the discovery phase. And he's like, what do you mean? What discovery? I was like, well, I mean, discovery, what I mean by that is like you're asking questions, right? He's like, well, yeah, I asked one question. He gave me an answer, and then I wanted to show him exactly what we do, and told him everything that we have and all these great tools and all these great resources and all of this stuff that we offer as a brokerage. I was like, so you were basically like feature dumping them, right? And he was like, yeah, like I was just sharing everything that we do. And that's where they think it's more value and it's better. It's not about more value. It's about higher value. If you found value in today's video, please give it a like, drop a comment with your biggest takeaway, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss the next part of the series. Stay tuned, stay focused, and let's build something great together. See you in the next video.